Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, we got a deep river today. 310 meters. This is a deep swim, says deepest swim in Britain. I want to say this is pronounced Lake Mòrar. Now, you guys, I really got that champion mentality. When I always say, what's smoking all my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking, I really mean that because previous to this vid, I did a video that was like over 15 to 20 minutes long. And the sound, when I was done, I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, video's about to go up today. And the sound was completely gone, muted. I still don't even know how that happened. Sometimes that just happens with technology. But, that's why when I say overachieving, never slacking, it's just like a mantra of because I've never given up and continuing uh, to go to move forward. I'm also an Aries. That Ram energy. We gonna push that wall down. We're not gonna stop. So stay persistent, stay on top of it, because that's life. That's life. And I don't mean to go into this whole spew of like something else here, but I don't know what people could be going through out there. We all real humans at the end of the day. So I just wanted to use that as an example for somebody that might watch this video today. Like, no matter what, this is your message. Keep going. Don't give up. Because I tell you, it hurts when you do a video that's over 15 to 20 minutes and the sound is just completely gone. Your mood will go from to whew, in a matter of milliseconds. But with that being said, that water looks very deep, very cold. We're gonna make this one short. We're gonna dive right into it. Here we go.
10 metres of cold, dark water.
Whew.
This is Loch Mòrar
He must have grew up there because he real comfortable.
in the Highlands of Scotland. The deepest loch in the whole of Scotland. In fact, the deepest water in the whole of the UK until you go as far out to sea as almost St Kilda. But this is fresh water. How come it's so deep? Well, Loch Mòrar, like its twins to the north, Loch Huron and Loch Nevis, is a big, long finger of a loch.
See, I only ever knew about one of them. I only thought there was one, like loch, lake. I didn't know that there was other ones with the loch in the front. There was a movie I watched way back about someone going to like, I want to say this specific lake in Scotland and like almost finding that the Loch Ness monster. I don't want to say monster because humans tend to be the real monsters. But that creature, the Loch Ness, I could have swore. What was that movie?
Reaching far inland, almost like a fjord. But Loch Huron and Loch Nevis are both seawater. Well, Loch Mòrar could have been seawater. This huge loch was gouged out by glaciers, but a thing called isostatic rebound happened way down there, where the rocks effectively rose back up, cutting Loch Mòrar off from the sea and creating one of the shortest rivers in the country too. But that's not all, because if deep, dark, cold water is not enough to scare you, there's also said to be a creature inhabiting these waters, Morag of Loch Mòrar. Ivorag, if you were to call her. Ivorag! Ivorag! She's not around today. But what does 310 metres of deep, dark, cold water look like? Well, why don't you have a look?
Yeah, that's dark. How crazy would it be is when he was calling on the Loch Ness if she was like swimming right under him the whole time and he just didn't know? How crazy, life be crazy like that. Original link will be in the description. Now to talk about it for a sec. So growing up, I always went to the Finger Lakes. My favorite lake is Cayuga Lake, upstate New York, and what's crazy is, because him being in that deep water, obviously me being American, the first thing I think is what they would call the Loch Ness Monster. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to watch this from Scotland, from, out that way, that are probably going to think, oh, just American, always, da, 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 da. Probably grew up there, they probably go do backflips there, don't ever think about that, right? But what I did notice, like when I did my research on Cayuga Lake a while ago, I seen that there was documented reports. I mean, that trace back of people seeing like this massive, I want to say serpent-like creature. That is interesting. Um, when you go talk to locals in certain areas, you'll realize that if we're gonna get into like the folklore, the mythology of things, you'll realize that some things are very common and aren't so um I guess what we look at as spookism. Some things are common. Some things, you go to the Caribbeans and you talk about some of those beings that be in that water. Um, yeah, you're gonna hear some stuff, right? Or definitely Caribbean, certain parts of Africa, Lake Lanier. You're gonna hear about how haunted that is in America due to things happening, racial things happening where the town was flooded out, and you'll hear for decades and decades certain what we call ghost stories, and so many people have died in there. So I always look at like just different bodies of water from lakes, rivers, and streams, creeks. Just um, so much behind it. So much tells. You know what? Since we're moving into spooky season, definitely drop a suggestion, guys, and let me know as far as different folklore, spooky folklore that may come out of like the UK. I'm definitely curious, especially like with different bodies of water, different lakes, different creeks or rivers, or certain places that may have been known to have some sightings of maybe something. I'm definitely interested to bring those stories to the table and talk about those, especially as we're about a week away from the official start of the autumn. That's that autumn equinox, that spooky season, my favorite time of the year. So I would suggest that if you want to talk to me behind the scenes and we chop it up, and you want to give me a list, I would definitely recommend checking out my membership program. Where what is it, like about $5.99 a month? Where all your shit, everything you comment, you'll highlight. You highlight up, you get a badge, and then behind the scenes, like I said, we could talk, we can, you know, talk, get that list direct, which is awesome. That's pretty awesome. Shout out to YouTube for starting the membership programs. I think that there's a lot of people that are really benefiting off of that for sure. And I definitely got some new members. Much love. But with that being said, guys, original link in the description. And if you've ever swam in this, whew, Loch Ness, this water, this big body of water, let me know. Let me know how it was for you. Probably regular day, probably people grew up there. I guarantee people grew up right there. It's nothing to them. They love it. But to us that grew up on the other side of the world, they're the other side of the pond, and always heard the stories, there's always going to be that, whoa, whoa. But with that being said, I'll see y'all soon. Much love, everybody.